So let's get really cozy in this video, awesome ones. It's all about making your living room a little more inviting, a little more comfortable. I've got 10 items that I want to talk to you about, and it all starts in just a few seconds. So the number one item to cozy up is this Lazy Boy chair. You don't have to get one exactly like this, but these Lazy Boys, honestly, they're absolutely wonderful. And Bill, we've had this one for what, about 15 years now? At least about 15 years. And this one actually rocks back and forth, besides the fold down that it does as well. But we also added a little something to it, and we put this, we had Lazy Boy do this nail detail, and I think it just adds a little bit more luxury to the chair itself. But there's a little lever over here, and you just put your feet up, and it's a great way to relax. And for the second comfy item, hey, we love those Lazy Boy chairs so much that we decided to also get 2 sofas from Lazy Boy. And hey, you know what? This isn't a sponsored video by Lazy Boy by any means, but we just really like this product, so we thought we would share it with you. And on the sofas, what we also did, we matched up the nail detail, as you can see here. So we had that done as well. And also the last chair here, it's and so is this one, they are the full Lazy Boys. They don't rock, but you know, you just use the lever and you put your feet up if you're watching TV or whatever. And then this is another feature that Lazy Boy has, and we opted for it, and it's the fold down snacking table. And I'll tell you, it really comes in handy, especially if you're watching a sports game, or maybe you want a little glass of wine or a coffee. So this is really handy, and of course it's also a third seat. So my third item is kind of the pinnacle of coziness, and it's they're so soft. One of these faux fur blankets that you can just kind of cuddle up with. And they come in all different colors, all different sizes, and there's only one thing wrong with this blanket, and that is it's the dog's favorite blanket, and he's not very big on sharing. And for number 4, I'm back to the sofa again. I'm kind of playing musical chairs for you guys, but back to the sofa, and let's talk about pillows and cushions, because they really help to, I don't know, make it a more relaxing environment, especially in the living room. And you might remember when I saw these on a shelf in a store, the cozy is a state of mind. Well, I love this. I love the message. They're really comfortable. You can probably see that here. Nice support for your back as well on a couch or a sofa. And I like them so much that I got 4 of them, one for every corner of every sofa. But I also like to change things up. This is more of a winter kind of cozy idea. And then if you can see right here, for the spring and the summer, I usually bring out something with a little bit more life to it. And these are nice little lemon colored pillows or cushions, and yeah, change it up a little bit. So for number 5, this item beside me, it's not only a good item for fragrance, but it's also kind of a healthy item because it also acts as a humidifier. And you can see that it's a diffuser, and behind it, it's putting some nice moisture into the air. And this really helps if your home is dry, you know, from the furnace, especially in the winter time, or you have electric heat. And the one thing about this is you can add some really nice scents to it. And I have a lavender scent. I have, you know, if you've got a little bit of a cold, there's eucalyptus, which is really nice and it's healthy for you. And then my favorite is lemongrass. And lemongrass, it just reminds me of that scent in a spa. It's absolutely delicious. Oh, and by the way, we're providing links below to a lot of the items that I've mentioned here, like the diffuser, the essential oils, the fur blankets, a lot of the things. The only thing we really can't put up as a link are the Lazy Boy chairs. And I really would suggest that if you are thinking of getting something like that, go to a showroom, because they have hundreds of colors, hundreds of materials, and you can also ask about that nail detail that I was talking about. And also, Amazon has given us our own storefront, and we do have an area on Amazon.com/shop/awesomeover50 for pampering items and some household items there too that are kind of cool. So number 6 is all about fireplaces, and for those of you out there that don't have a real fireplace, and as a lot of you know, Bill and I, we downsized to this smaller home, and it didn't have a fireplace. It was the only thing that it didn't have. It had the location, it had the right amount of bedrooms, it had a backyard, had everything, great parking right in the heart of the city, but it didn't have a fireplace. And believe it or not, the larger home that we had, it had 3 working fireplaces. So I really missed it. But oh, by the way, on the end screen of this video, what I'm going to do is put a link to our downsizing video, and it's become really popular, and it's all about the tips and also dilemmas that we had when we were downsizing. But let's start talking about fireplaces. Now check this out. This is a faux fireplace, and this fireplace Bill has carried with him since what, the 1980s, Bill?
Oh, I think so.
And the one thing about this faux fireplace is that Bill's father really said, you know, Bill, you got to keep that fireplace, and it's got so much sentimental value to it that it works great in our small little living room here. And the other thing is, you're probably not going to be able to find a fireplace like that one, but there's so many on the market right now, and these electric ones that you just plug in, they have a flame that really, I mean, they've done some great things with them now. It really looks real, and you also get a beautiful mantelpiece for it as well. Now, you probably noticed in this fireplace that we have remote controlled candles, and they're battery operated. Check that out. You just sort of use a remote to turn them on and off, and I love these candles, these battery operated candles. A lot of them you can get with timers on them, so you can have them just going for 8 hours or 4 hours, and this is the little remote that comes with them. But they're so handy, and they're also really safe to have in a cozy kind of living room. So number 3 is creating a little bit of ambiance with lighting, and you can do that with this light behind me here. Actually is a 3-way lighting. It has a special bulb and a special setting. Now, I'm not going to make this really bright here, but I'm just going to show you what I mean right here, where when I talk about the 3-way lighting here. And also, as many of you know, there are dimmer switches on the walls, and again, you can just sort of make the light a lot lower. It creates a nice relaxation kind of thing, and also it's a great mood setter. Now, dimmers on lights was number 8, and for number 9, I'm going to suggest that you get stemless wine glasses. If you like wine or any other kind of beverage, don't use the wine glasses with a stem, especially if you're kind of relaxing, because this has happened to me. The little hurricane who's hogging the blanket, I'll just go, hey, this part of it's mine, and grab it, and kind of makes a mess if you have a stemmed glass and it has red wine in it. Enough said. So number 10 is, if you're going to relax, you might want to get yourself a streaming TV or on-demand kind of service. And I'll tell you, life is great when you have these. Like Bill and I, we don't have a lot of time to watch TV, but we really enjoy just having thousands of different things, including the old black and white. We love those movies, right, Bill? The classics. And when you can find them with an on-demand service, it's just wonderful. And I just want to share with you some of the TV shows and the kind of things that you can get on demand. Bill, we started watching this Silicon Valley. They're in reruns right now. It's hilarious, right, Bill?
Oh, funny.
And if you are into tech like we are, where you're always trying to figure things out and you need a team to help you, I don't. You know, sometimes the language was a little off, but I just absolutely loved it. It was like fun to watch. And also we watched Judy, the movie Judy, all about Judy Garland's, I think it was later in life, and that was fantastic. Renée Zellweger was amazing at it. And also, what else did we see? Oh, we love documentaries, and we saw the documentary on David Foster, and he's just an amazing, well, he's a musician. He helps people with their progress in, I guess, in the field of, anyway, everybody knows who David Foster is. How would you describe him, Bill?
Producer, composer.
There you go. You see, he's not just a pretty face back there. And and then we just saw silly movies, which again, we like documentaries, some of the Hallmark movies. So having this available and not just to sort of just go with the basic cable. If you don't have it already, I really suggest that you get some of the streaming services. They're great for cozying up to. So here we are, right, Bill, in our regular
Love it.
cozy up state, you know, before we maybe watch TV or just relax for the evening. And as you can see, the dog, this is his place. And Hurricane. Do any of you out there have a dog intervention where you'd really love to cozy up with your husband, but the dog will have nothing will have nothing for it and decides that he's going to be in the middle, and that's the typical case for our little Hurricane here. So I don't think I'm going to wake up little Hurricane. And some of you have said that every time you see Hurricane, he's yawning. Well, that's because while he's waiting for his time on the set, he's usually laying on this blanket and he's fallen asleep. So yeah, I'm not going to wake him up right now. But let's talk about upcoming videos. And for this channel, we have we're talking about staycations when you're sort of cozy at home, but we're going on a big vacation, and that's coming up. We're planning a trip to Italy and Rome, so we can't wait to share that with you. And of course, some more food and fun and other things on this channel. And over on the other beauty and fashion channel at Awesome Over 50, I'm going to put an entire makeup application on of one of the most lowest price makeup lines in the drugstore. So that's coming up for you. And also, what are women going to be wearing in 2020? And I've really done a study of what the trends are going to be, so I'm going to share that with you as well. So this video was all about making an area in your home. In our case, we made it the living room a little bit more like a sanctuary, and it's a great way to have a little bit of rejuvenation, a little bit of relaxation, and in this chapter of our lives, making our lives a little more awesome.